If you've ever felt like you're too quiet, too thoughtful, or just not salesy enough for real estate, then this video is for you. If cold calling makes your soul leave your body and hustle culture just exhausts you, and maybe you're thinking, maybe this isn't the best industry for me, I want you to hear this. You don't need to be an extrovert to succeed in real estate. What you need is a business model that actually fits who you are. So hi, I'm Josie, I work in real estate, and I'm an introvert. And for a really long time, I thought that meant a disadvantage in this industry. And today I want to show you how introverts, especially deep thinking, thoughtful, even quiet real estate agents can not only succeed in real estate, but also thrive in real estate. Real estate is marketed to be the biggest, the loudest, the most aggressive, the most in-your-face types of salesperson. And that just did not align with me. So this video is for agents who don't resonate with those kind of sales tactics. The ones who value depth over hype, the ones who hate pushy sales tactics, and the ones who want to build a sustainable business without burning themselves out or pretending to be somebody that they're not. First, let's clear something up. What is an introvert? What is an extrovert? Being an introvert versus an extrovert is not about being shy versus being confident. It's about the energy and how we process it. Extroverts tend to think out loud, they energize around people, and they process their thoughts through talking. Introverts tend to think internally before speaking. They also need to recharge alone or in a quiet space. They prefer depth over very surface level interaction, and they tend to observe, listen, and reflect before they act. So a lot of introverts tend to be really great with people. They just don't want to have to be on all the time. Here's the key thing. Real estate doesn't require you to be the loudest. It requires you to be trusted. So most real estate training is designed to be around a high D personality, very high drive, high dominance, high pressure. That's why cold calling is treated like a badge of honor, door knocking as a personality trait, and the idea that if you're not constantly pushing, you are failing. And listen, those methods do work for some people, the very high dominance, high drive personality types. But what doesn't get talked about enough is that there's so many great agents out there who either quit or they burn out or they constantly feel like they're failing, not because they're bad at real estate, but because they're trying to succeed using a strategy that fights their nervous system. You don't fail because you're quiet. You burn out because you're forcing yourself to work in a way that doesn't fit you. So here's what a lot of people miss. Introverts have massive advantages in real estate. Things like you actually listen to clients instead of just waiting to talk. You can really pick up on emotional cues and unspoken concern. You tend to be more thoughtful and prepared. You build deeper trust faster with your client. You're often calmer in very stressful situations. You focus on quality relationships, not just volume. A lot of clients don't want a hype person. They want a realtor who's going to make them feel safe, heard, and understood. And that's where introverts just thrive. Introverts don't win by being louder. They win by being more intentional. So if you're an introvert, the goal is not to become more aggressive. The goal is to build systems instead of constantly relying on social energy. Also, use content and education instead of cold outreach. Focus on your referrals and your relationships instead of using cold pressure tactics. Design your work week around energy management, not just your time management. Build authority instead of chasing attention. In other words, you don't need more hustle. You need a business that fits your personality. So if you're an introvert, I'm going to have a series of videos that are going to be covering topics like how to build a real estate business without cold calling, how introverts should approach social media content, how to create calm, confident sales processes, how to avoid burnout in a people-heavy industry, and how to succeed without becoming someone that you're not. This is real estate for the thoughtful, strategic, and deep thinkers of real estate, not just the loudest person in the room. So if you're an introvert in real estate, or maybe you just always kind of felt out of place in hustle culture, make sure you subscribe and comment below. Are you an introvert? Or do you just hate, pushy sales tactics? Or, maybe you want to see more video topics like this? Let me know. I look forward to doing more videos about real estate for introverts. I'll see you in the next one.